Hi guys, I am Rebecca and these are my reviews, and this is a box of wine, but not just a box of wine. This is from a company called Weekly Tasting, and it is exactly that. Every week they come up with a different collection of wines for you to taste, and each collection has a theme. So this box is the pizza box. So these are fabulous wines to drink with pizza. So what they do is they have a couple sommeliers that work together, and usually they take turns curating the box, and they pick out which wines they think are their favorites, the most fun, that you will love, that will go best with that theme, etc. And the wines change. This box has 3 reds and 1 white. Sometimes you'll get all white, sometimes you'll get all reds. But the great thing is you know what's in the box before you buy it. So you go to their website and you're like, I wonder what the box is this week. And it does come out weekly. And you're like, oh, look, worldly reds. And it's, you know, just all of these fabulous reds from around the world. And then it's like the pizza box, and there's 3 reds, a Chianti, and a Cabernet Franc, and a Sauvignon Blanc, and you decide which one you want. It's not a subscription box. You can decide, oh, I want this one, I want that one, but you don't have to worry about skipping weeks or anything. You can get it. I think that this would be so much fun to do as like a dinner party kind of a thing. You know, you invite some friends over, you have 4 bottles of wine to drink, and then you go with whatever the theme is. I mean, and it doesn't have to be totally themed up, but like especially for the pizza box, I think that would be so much fun to have a pizza party and invite some friends over, and you can do some wine tasting. So let me just open the box and show you what you get. Okay, so a big box. Okay, so in the box you have this just like little cardboard cover thing, and it has some cards down here which tell you everything you need to know about your wines. So you set that aside. And then under here you have your wines. You have your 4 wines packed for you in your box. Beautifully, I might add. I was very excited when I got this. I just set that down there so I have some room to talk to you. Okay, so then you have these cards, right? And you have one for each, and you have one for each bottle, and it tells you all about where the wine comes from, the grapes that are used to make it, blah, 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 all of these sorts of things, the alcohol content, the country, the varietal, the grape, the region, the unit size, in case, I guess, you get a smaller bottle. Maybe they do a dessert wine one. And it tells you this blurb about the wines from the sommelier. And then on the back is fun facts. So it just tells you a little bit about where it's from. This is an interesting thing, blah, blah, blah. What would this pair with? And this says pepper and onion pizza. So you've got that one. Let's see. I have marinara pizza or white clam. That's for the white wine. Sausage pizza, pasta with tons of cheese. Cheese pizza with mushrooms, blah, 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 blah. And then you also have a card that tells you, just about the pack in general, what inspired it, etc., etc. So you get all of this wonderful information, but that's not all. You also get a video. This is like secret access. Once you have bought the pack, it will show up in your cellar or in your orders on, if you just log into their website, and you can go to your cellar, you can see all of the packs that you've purchased in the past, your wines, you can label them as your favorites, whatever, and then you get access to a video, and you just click on the video, and they're, 10, 15 minutes long, and it is the sommelier who curated this box for you, just sitting there outside, hanging out, drinking wine, chatting about all of the different, things you might want to know about these wines. So they've got, like, oh, this one, you taste it and the nose is very floral and blah, 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 and this one is very tanniny, but all of the interesting things that you might want to know about a wine. It is like a wine tasting class in the comfort of your own home. Like I said, I think this would be super fun to do with friends. Right now, I have a little pizza. Thank you, Lean Cuisine, for my sausage and pepperoni pizza. This is not a good looking pizza, but it's what I have. Okay, so I think that I am going to go with this one. This is Castellani Chianti Reserva. A fun thing about this is that on my honeymoon, Colin and I drove through Tuscany, and we just so happened to stop at this winery. I think that is so fun. When I saw that in here, I was like, well, that looks familiar, but I don't know, blah, blah, blah. And then when I was watching the video, I was like, I know exactly what that is. I've been to that winery. I think that's so cool. So I am going to drink that wine right now. I'm going to open it up. So this is the bottle, and in the video they will tell you, you know, like, okay, here's the label and here's the grape and the maker and blah, 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 blah. You know, which I think is really fun. So this is different from other wine club services. First of all, it is not a subscription. So, you know, like I said, you don't have to worry about skipping months or whatever. You know which wines you're getting before you get it. And then you're getting all of these tasting notes and information about the wine and where it comes from. So if you're like me and you like to geek out on wine, you know, I think that this is such a cool thing. I've been to several different wine tastings and oh my God, this cork is stuck. Whew. Smells good. And I love doing stuff like that. I love going to classes and learning about things like that. Total geek. Okay. I know total wine snobs would be like, you have to let that breathe for half an hour before you taste it. Well, I would like to taste it right now. It is a garnet ruby color with sour red cherry, sun-dried tomatoes, tarragon, basil, oregano, and forest floor or earthy green elements. This is the richest wine in this pack because of its tannins, and yet it isn't a big oaky or fruity wine by any means. You can have this with your traditional Neapolitan margarita pie, with pizza that has meat, sausage, etc., or with pasta with tons of cheese and red sauce. So I'm excited about this. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's so good. I love it. I mean, just that one little sip and I'm like, yeah, that would taste fantastic with any sort of pasta dish or pizza. So I'm gonna try it with some pizza here. Pizza's not great. The wine makes it better. Now that's a good wine. I love this. I love this box. So for 4 bottles of wine, plus all of the tasting notes, the private access to a video with the sommelier, it's $70, which is a bit pricey, but I think you're basically paying for a lesson. You know, this is a wine class almost, plus you get 4 bottles of wine. So I think it is well worth the money if you can afford it, and if you like to geek out on wine, this is a fabulous, fabulous box to get. And one of my favorite things, honestly, even though you guys know that I'm constantly getting subscription boxes, and I love subscription boxes, but I kind of like that this one isn't a subscription box. You can just sort of get one whenever you're feeling up to it, or whenever they have one that you're like, oh, I totally want that box. You know what I mean? And you can say like, oh, I really love this wine. Let me know if it shows up again in another box. You know, your tastes and stuff. You can be like, I really don't want that super fruity box, but you know, I might like something like a pizza box because I love pizza and I love wine, and I don't know. I'm sort of rambling because I'm really excited about this box. I think it is super duper awesome. I've reviewed other wine boxes in the past, and Bright Cellars is a fun idea. I think, you know, with the whole MIT grads picking out your wines for you, and it's fine, but it's just a wine box, and it's still kind of hit and miss. You know, just because you like popcorn doesn't mean you like a particular type of wine. Don't get me wrong, the wines that I've gotten in those boxes have all been great. The same thing with like Wink, or what used to be Club W. You get to pick out which boxes you put, you get to pick out which wines you put in your box, and I think that one is a little less expensive. So if you just want to get monthly boxes of wine, that might be a better idea. But if you like to geek out on wine and you like really delicious wines, you might just want to, you know, create a profile. It doesn't cost you anything to create a profile, and then you can get weekly emails that will say, hey, this week's box is blah, blah, blah. And you can say, I'm not that interested, or, oh, I totally want that, or, oh, I have friends coming over. This would be so awesome to do with them. I don't know. I just think it's really cool. So the videos that they have on their site are not super overproduced, professional looking. I mean, it's, you know, the sommelier sitting out in like a green field and there's cars driving by. But it had this very personal feel to it. Like, I felt like I was sitting in her backyard with her and chatting about the wine, and I don't know, at first I was like, this is kind of cheesy and not well done, and then I was like, I like this because of that. You know, I like the very personal feel of it. But you know, their website is very nice and the wines are packed beautifully. I love these cards. They are gorgeous and informative and everything you could want. So I'm really excited about this. Anyway, I will leave all of the information in the description box so that you guys can check this out if you are interested. And that's about it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your wine-loving friends. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!